The first thing I did was find a reference photo using unsplash.com and searched up different types of animals that I considered doing. I eventually decided to do a fox, and once I found the photo that I wanted to replicate, I saved it to my device and then I uploaded it into Sketches Pro. After you upload it into Sketches Pro, we're actually going to create a new layer and move it below your photo layer. Here, you are going to then choose the gradient with the bucket tool, and you're going to fill that layer using a base color that you can find in your animal. So I chose a light orange, and I dragged it out, radiating from the lightest areas, so from his head. Then after I did this, I then hid that layer, added a new layer, and I filled it in completely black. And then I turned the opacity down just a little bit so I can see through to my photo layer. Here I'm starting to add my textures, and I'm using my eraser tool, erasing away that black. You'll notice that I am following the directionality of the fur. So you can see as I start building up my values that the lightest areas I am applying my marks closer together, and then for darker areas I am keeping my marks farther apart. For the background, I just want it to be completely blank, and so I want to show more of that fur, so I'm going in and out to create a jagged fur texture as I'm erasing away the black and leaving the black on the fox to show that shadows in his fur. And I'm going to continue going through the rest of his fur, again following the direction that his fur moves as I'm erasing away. Again, in the lightest areas closer together lines, but then in the darker areas farther apart lines. You can make some lines shorter and some lines longer. Pay attention to how the fur is falling. Pay attention to how the textures look in the animal that you chose. I can't wait to see your finished project. Then we are going to add a couple more highlights and then remove the photo layer by hiding it. And then you go back to the layer that has the full black and you turn the opacity back up. And here you can do some final touch-ups, erasing some more highlights, but also going to your pen tool and then adding in some more black that maybe you had lost. So if you lost some shadows, if you ended up erasing too much, like here you can see I am going in and I'm adding some more black lines. I have my pen tool and I'm using the smallest setting on the pen tool. And again, I'm just adding in some textured lines to add in more shadows. Here you can see my finished project. Can't wait to see how yours turns out.